Brenda Berkman was the scariest person I ever met.
She created something that still exists today.
She was a woman who was responsible for bringing women into the New York City Fire Department.
And she's still paying the price for that.
She essentially said, I am what the society stands for, not you.
What could be less traditional for a woman to do than be a fireman?
In the late 70s and early 80s, the women's movement had really taken hold, and it was clearly there to stay. It had changed consciousness enormously. There was probably hardly anybody left in the country who didn't feel a little differently about what their daughters could do.
Those female firefighters were graduates from the academy.
But because of that success, a backlash forming big time.
They're jeopardizing human lives of the people of the city of New York.
Then I started getting telephone death threats to my house. I had to get an unlisted phone number. I mean, one guy who was clearly calling from the firehouse because you could hear the fire department dispatcher in the background, called and left a death message on my answering machine.
I got beat up by one of the guys, and I walked away. I brushed my shoulders off. I never said a word.
I've had the entire tank of air let out of my breathing apparatus, unbeknownst to me, until we got a job. And then you crack it, and it's like nothing, no air.
The stories that I've heard are abominable, what these people went through.
I can't really say that I ever saw, anything that they did that proved that they couldn't do the job.
Nobody has died in the fire department as a result of a woman working with them. Fires haven't gone from first alarms to fifth alarms because a woman was working there.
Nobody can ever say to me, that woman can't do the job. No one can ever say that.
So much of all the struggles that women have gone through to get the vote, to get the right to hold other kinds of jobs, all those kinds of things, women and other people who have had unfair treatment over time have had to have tremendous struggles, and their stories have been lost. And what I didn't want to have happen was have the stories lost of the women who were so instrumental in creating possibilities for these young women, because there's a lot of suffering that has gone into making that possible, and it's easy to forget that.